Okay, so I haven't made a video in a while, but I don't know what I thought. I just thought I just would, and that's really it. But something that's been on my heart lately, because I still do this gig work mostly full time. I've had some dabbles in other things like like resale or what am I saying? Like resale or lock picking or window cleaning, things like that. So I've dabbled in other things, but mostly I've just been doing this gig work, right? And the thing about that is that it's not very profitable anymore. It used to be. Now it's not. And so while I was doing this and the money was really good, I thought like this was the job for me, like this specific job. And I didn't want to ever do any other job, besides this one. But what I've come to realize is that I don't think that's true anymore. And I think like what I've come to realize is that you can love aspects of your job, but that's not necessarily exclusive to your job. Does that make sense? Here's an example. Do I like not having a boss? Well, yeah, I do. But what do I not like about it, right? Is it that I don't like someone breathing down my neck? That's part of it. But really what it is that I don't like being told the best way to do something if it's not the best way to do it. Right? Like if my day is taken up by doing mindless tasks that benefit the corporation as a whole, so that way other people can look at my work, or maybe there's a certain policy of how to do certain something, and the reason why you do that is even though it's not the most efficient way or the way that you're comfortable with, it's the way that the corporation wants it to be done. That is something that I've come to really value on my own. Well, the opposite of that. So being able to look at a problem and get to the end in a way that I see fit, that I know is the best for me, is what I've come to really like about the quote-unquote not having a boss. And so what's my takeaway from that? My takeaway from that is that I want a job that has tasks to be done, but not necessarily you have to do these tasks this way or else it's wrong. So that's one thing. The second thing is I really enjoyed delivering food, and when I really thought about what I meant by that is that I enjoy going to multiple different places every day. I enjoy the aspect of getting in the car, the isolation, so to speak. I enjoy that. And so what exactly am I looking for in a job that does those things? It would be a more well-rounded job. One that you're part of a team, maybe, but you have like a well-rounded day. Not every day is the same. I worked for a manufacturing company, and every day was different. I dealt with different customers, different orders, different things like that. Sometimes I was in the warehouse helping out. I was even doing some of the handiwork myself, and that was really enjoyable to me. So that's the second thing. And so when you combine those things together, along with things like I can wake up when I want, or I can't, like, the amount of money that you make, well, I should be careful to say this, but the amount of money that you make is determined by you, right? So I'm not required to be online at a certain time, but I have the authority to look at when the best time to drive is, and then I'd be online that time. And that's like my goal, right? And so that's 3 things. Now the 4th thing is that, and this is probably going to be where I talk about how I'm only going to be self-employed, basically. But I really value my home life, and I value time with my wife. But more importantly than that, I value being able to do things randomly. If there is a new restaurant opening up and their grand opening is Tuesday at 11 a.m., I could go to that. Now, I might choose to work because that's like prime time work, but that's within my authority. So when you combine all of those things together, what I've really learned is that the things that keep me at a job long term is not the job in it of itself. It's more so what elements make up that job. And when you consider what elements make up a job, then you can determine if a job meets those requirements. And the other thing I feel the need to say is that just because a job meets the requirements doesn't mean that it's a good fit for you, right? You could have every box that you've written down ticked, but if you have a boss that makes your days dreadful, then there's nothing you can do about that. And so, yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with all that, but I guess I'm just saying that, like, as I look internally at what it is of the job that I do and why I love it so much, it really resonates with me that maybe I've been looking at it all wrong. And maybe I'm not looking for a specific job, but maybe I'm looking for a job that has the elements of what I deem as non-negotiable deal breakers. So, I don't know. Just a thought.